What is going down, peoples of the YouTube? This is Sim with Vengeance, the mayor of Jam City, and I know we went straight into the gameplay, but I want to bring you guys my NBA 2K14 wishlist video. And why not get it started already? And the first thing I want to talk about is the uniform changes. Now, let's just say that you play for the Chicago Bulls, and you have the guys that are in the red and the white, and you want to wear those different uniforms that are the black ones or the St. Patty's Day ones or the NBA green ones or the retro ones. Now here's my perspective on it. You should be able to obtain a certain overall on where you get to do those uniform changes. Now one thing I want to say though is, let's just say you first get drafted by the Atlanta Hawks or something. At first you should not be able to do it. Now let's just say you would later on become a starter or become a 70 overall or something like that, and you should be able to change it to at least the alternate if they have one. Now if you play for the Thunder, then you only get one alternate, or a team that doesn't have an alternate like the Knicks or something like that, I don't know. But you shouldn't be able to start off changing uniforms like that. You should have to earn it. And one thing that I can say then, as soon as you get to the starting position or you attain a 70 overall, then you should be able to change it to at least the alternate. Then later on you should be able to, let's say you become team captain or become an 85 overall or higher, then you should be able to change it to just about any uniform you like. That's my perspective on it. I would like to hear yours. I would like to hear everything you have to say about this, like your honest opinion. Lay it all on the line right there. That's what I want to hear. I want to see comments in this section like, hey, this is what I would like to see. If I didn't mention something, please mention it. I would love to hear your guys' opinions, so please leave them in the comment section below. Now the next thing I want to talk about is tattoos and hairstyles. The hairstyles are just bland, they're boring, there's not enough of them. Now my thing on them is, you obviously have to have more. I don't know how that's going to work, how 2K would like to do that, but there's got to be more hairstyles. There's got to be, something other than the stupid ass hairstyles that they have sometimes. And I'm just going to leave it at that on the hairstyles. Now with the tattoos, I would love to see sleeves. Like, if Chris Anderson has all this shit all over his fucking body, why can't we have it? It's common sense, it's logic. If we can't have it, then what's the part of the game that you see Chris Anderson or Carlos Boozer have a sleeve or Nate Robinson have a full body tattoo? It's ridiculous. Why can't we have that same thing? It's almost like they're saying, no, you can't have it. It's stupid. But that's just my honest opinion on the tattoos and sleeves. Like, come on, it has to be in the game. It's just gotta be. Let me know what you guys think about that as well. I know it's a big thing in the 2K community. I know a lot of people have said it on their wishlist videos, but come on, it has to be in the game sometime or another. Now the next thing I want to talk about is All-Star Weekend. The slam dunk contest, the All-Star game, the 3-point contest, the whole fucking 9 yards. Now one thing I want to say about the slam dunk contest, it's fucking stupid. If you saw my slam dunk contest video, stop this video right now, just open it up another tab and watch it. You see Andre Drummond and Reggie Williams do the same dunks over and over again, and they get decent scores actually, and it's ridiculous. And one thing I could say about the slam dunk contest is, like, as soon as the dunk has been chosen, that has to be taken away. You can no longer do it, and you gotta be creative. Now another thing about the slam dunk contest is the scoring. I think it would be better if you had 2K had legends holding up a scorecard or a 10 or a 9 or whatever, just like in real life. That's just my honest opinion on that. And the style, I like the style. It's just I'm a dumbass at it and I can't do it very well. I suck at it, but that's just me. And I've seen other 2K commentators do it and they do pretty well at it. So I give them a round of applause for taking the time and actually getting that stuff right, because I can't do it. I suck at it, and I know that. And the 3-point contest is also really, really fucked up too. The 3-point contest is pretty much like you have to hold the button to get to the little ball in the center or whatever. That stuff's gotta go, man. Oh my god. I've tried to do that, and I think the only time I've ever tried it was I think a 15, and that's like almost subpar to a normal 3-point shooter. And I didn't even use my guy. I think I used Gallinari. I can't remember who exactly I used. I knew I used the Denver Nuggets guy, but that's something that was just really horrible. I couldn't do it. I didn't even finish I finished my rack and I was like, no, I can't do this. just go. I can't do it. But yeah, the All-Star Game 2, basically, you know, the game is like played like it's freaking Game 7 in the NBA Finals when it should be just a kickback, relaxed game, and that either turn down the AI or something on that game, or you know, otherwise you could just turn down the difficulty. That's just my opinion, but you know, we're gonna find out next year if they really paid attention to what we had to say and what they actually did. We're gonna be paying a really close attention this year. I guarantee you that we're not gonna be disappointed in 2K, I hope. Now the next thing I want to talk about is the rookie showcase, and this is a big thing that I want to talk about because I know a lot of people are like, well, I got player of the game and I got drafted 12th, or I got drafted, you know, outside of the top 10 or even the top 5, and I'm just like, well, sorry that happened to you, but I can't really do anything about that. That's up to 2K really if they want to do that or not. But here's my perspective on it. I think if you get player of the game, you got player of the game. Wow, that's pretty good. You should be at least a top 5 pick, or at least top 10. At least top 10. I mean, you got player of the game, but you got drafted outside the top 10. I think if I look back on my rookie showcase, I got 15 and 11. I think I got player of the game, but I got drafted 12th to the Rockets. Well, I know I got drafted 12th to the Rockets, but I think I got player of the game. Now, another thing about that is, let's just say Ben McLemore is the first overall pick in the 2013 draft to the Bobcats or something, and then you get drafted number 1 to the Bobcats, and let's say Ben McLemore is a 79 overall. You should be able to at least match that overall, or at least come in within 1 or 2 of that, like a 77 or a 78, or maybe even match that at a 79. That's just my opinion. You should be able to match your overall with the number 1 draft pick, or at least the top 10. You know, if you, let's say you get drafted 10th and the guy 10th is a 70 overall, you should be able to match that as well. They should be able to give you enough skill points to at least match the overall of where you got drafted at and who's that player that got drafted there. Just my opinion. Leave your comments, of course, down below about that too. But on to the next one. And the next thing I want to talk about is accessories. Accessories were a big thing in NBA 2K13 with the jackets and the blacktop gear that you rocked out, and you know, stuff like that. You saw like different things on the court, and it was something that was really awesome to see. People wearing different types of gear, all that. But here's one thing that I want to see, like, and we'll talk about this too later, is the VC on that. Some of that stuff was a little too expensive. Now, I don't need to pay 7,000 VC for a jacket that I wear on the blacktop, and you'll never see me wear unless I'm in the GM conversation or on blacktop. You'll never see me wear that outside of the, you know, you won't see me wear it during a press conference. You won't see it anywhere else but except in those 2 modes, and that's just something that's just gotta, you know, it's gotta be changed. And another thing about that too is that you should be able to have at least 1 free accessory before you start NBA 2K. Like if you go into MyCareer and you do your creation video, he should be able to at least have 1 free accessory, like 1 free headband, 1 free sleeve, 1 free armband, and 1 free knee pad or whatever. And another thing about that too, accessories like with shoes and all that, the 2K shoes, they need to go, yo. They are so trash. They're garbage, and you should not be forced to wear them. You shouldn't be held hostage to wear them. You should be able to, you know, be able to change the shoes like to whatever you want. And speaking of shoes, I know the endorsement things is another big deal, like Nike, Jordan, Adidas, Converse, Reebok, whatever. You should be able to at least have different endorsements. Like you should be able to choose out of those 5 of where you want to go. I know that a lot of people were with Nike this year, and a couple people were with Jordan. Like I know a couple of commentators that were with Jordan, and with the rest with Nike. You should be able to go to Adidas. You should be able to go to Reebok or Converse, but that's all up to you. I think that should be implemented into the game. But I would rather see different types of shoes. I don't want to be stuck with just 2 brands. It just seems kind of predictable and kind of bland to me. I mean, that's got to go too. The 2K shoes definitely got to go. Now on to the thing that I mentioned earlier with virtual currency / VC or skill points. VC should not be used on your attributes of your player. It should be only used on those accessories that you buy in the store. And now another thing about that, I know a lot of people did this year, and I'm guilty of this too, that you VC bought your player. That's where the skill points want to come in. Like, I was guilty of it, like I said earlier, but I feel like it takes the fun out of the game. There's no really point in playing NBA 2K if you VC by your player. I learned that the hard way, and next year I'm probably not going to do it like a lot of people want to do. And VC should be only used on those accessories like those jackets, those jeans, those pajama pants, those ugly ass pajama pants, or those outfits that you want to wear during like post-game interviews or something like that. Now, skill points should be only used on your attributes and the dunk packages or whatever you need. And as far as other dunk packages and all of that, I think that what would be really interesting to see as far as new packages is your own free throw package. I mean, come on, if you're playing basketball and you get fouled, you get to shoot at the line for 2 free throws, you know you have your own routine. And, you know, that would be kind of cool to have in the game. You know, you sit there, dribble, and you just do whatever you do and shoot the free throw. And I think that'd be kind of cool to have in the game, more customization, and also, like I said earlier, get rid of the VC, or at least have it, you know, not be able to use on your attributes of your player. Skill points should be only used on your player. But how would that work, Sin? How would that work? VC should be like how you gain it during a game too. Like your contract should be, you know, you get paid for VC for every 2 weeks, and then you get skill points from playing the game. That's how I think it should work. You get the VC from your as your paycheck, and then you use your skill points towards your attributes. That's just my opinion. I know a lot of people are going to have their feelings about that too, so please leave them down below. Now, the next thing I want to talk about, and this is one that just really just gets me right in the heart, is coaching logic. Now, let's just say that you are in the first quarter and you have 2 fouls already. Normal common sense would say that you need to be taken out until the second quarter at least. And then you're still sitting in the game wondering why you haven't been taken out yet. And that's like a big thing. Like, I can't stand it. It irritates the hell out of me. Like, I get 2 early fouls and coach is sitting there like, oh no, you're fine, you keep playing. When you get your third one, let me know. And I'm just like, why aren't you taking me out of the game? It's just like, that's common sense. And another thing about coaching logic is, let's just say you're tired in the fourth quarter, you've already like given it everything you got, you're running on empty, and coach is sitting there like, nah, you can suffer more, a little bit more. Or, you know, you're blowing them out by 30, why don't we blow them out a little bit more, and you can just suffer and not have to worry about like anything else in life. You can just suffer. And the minutes cap thing, I think that has a lot to do with the minutes cap. You get 41 minutes a game, you're going to play 41 minutes. I think that's kind of dumb. Well, let's just say you're blowing them out by 30. I think you should be able to sit on the bench. Or if you're getting blown out by 30, you should have the same effect. Now, the same situation would go if you're in the fourth quarter in a close game. Let's just say you're playing the 12-minute quarters like I do, and you're tired. You're a little bit tired. You're a little bit gassed, like at the 6-minute mark. I would say coach could give you a 2 or 3 minute break, and then he would put you back in the game, and it's still a close game, and then you would have the energy to ride out the rest of the game. And I think that's something that should be implemented. More coaching logic. I know it's one of the things that drives everybody absolutely nuts. I know I would love for that to be changed. But we're going to go on to the next thing here. And that next thing would be more interview questions. I know when you go to the end of the game, you only get one boring-ass question, and sometimes it doesn't even make sense. Like, you lose the game by like 30 or something, and somebody asks you won player of the week, how do you feel? Like, what the fuck is that? Like, okay, I'm obviously going to be a smartass in that question, because that doesn't make absolutely any sense towards what happened during the game and how we got blown out by 30. Now, either you got to do more interview questions and have them make sense, or not do any at all. But if you're going to do interview questions too, I would like to see him like at the halftime. You know how the little announcer goes up to the guy and says, hey, how'd you feel about that first half? And then the guy's like, oh, blah, 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 this. I think we played a good first half. Let's continue on to the second half. And, you know, more questions. I know it's something that's been more towards leaning the one question, the stupid, boring question. But we got to have more questions. There's got to be more in-depth. It's got to have more logic. None of this losing by 30 and somebody asking you how you felt about winning player of the fucking week. No one gives a shit about that award anyway. But Anyway, I'm done ranting about that. That was just a quick rant. We're gonna go on to the next one here, and that one would be the Euro step jump shot. I cannot stand that son of a bitch glitch. It makes me want to put a bullet through my head every time I see it online, or even on MyCareer. I've seen it. I was playing the Wizards and some rookie did this Euro step fadeaway, and I was just like, what in the hell is that? And I literally almost raged. I almost turned off my Xbox and threw it out the fucking window. I was done. I could not deal with that anymore. I hate that little glitch. They've never done anything to fix it. Maybe it's because of like, it's kind of like this Call of Duty thing. If like this certain gun works, or and people see it as cheesy, or quick scoping, something like that along that lines, they're not gonna fix it, because it's just like people use it as a technique, and I don't see it how it's realistic with either you're quick scoping or you're using that Euro step 3. It's just like, it's too cheese, whether you look at it at a Call of Duty perspective or an NBA 2K perspective. Both of them are cheese, and both of them should be taken away. I'm not a Call of Duty player myself. I still think that quick scoping is retarded, but that's just my opinion. The Euro step 3 is just like quick scoping. It's retarded. It needs to go. And I'm done ranting about that as well, so we're gonna go on to the next one before I lose my mind. And the next thing would be social media. I know that social media was just implemented last year, and I know they're still probably making a few, they're tightening up some bolts. And but one thing that I would like to see is that you could respond to your haters or make a tweet, and people see that before the game, and it would put a little bit more realism into the game, I think. Respond to some guys talking trash to you on Twitter, or you want to put out a tweet to somebody saying that you're gonna kick their butt tonight. Yeah, more interaction with your fan base, more interaction to haters or your fans or analysts or anything like that. I think that would be a cool feature into the game. And another thing about this, I know this is going to be something that's kind of like stupid to say, but when I tried to add my little handle name on the social media feature, I couldn't have Sim with Vengeance, and I was just like, come on, dude, that's bullshit. Anyway, that's kind of a silly thing to say. I hope that they fix, they add a little bit of things here and there to make the social media more enjoyable, not just seeing trash talks. And you should be able to respond to those, of course. I think that would be pretty fun to see in the game, but we're gonna see about that. And we're gonna go on to the final thing that I want to talk about, and that is signature skills. Signature skills was just implemented as well, but I think that you should be able to have a certain signature skill. Like when you get drafted or something, you should be able to have one free signature skill, like just one, and you have to choose wisely, of course. But obviously, that's something that's along that lines of having one free accessory. But I think having that one free signature skill should be able to be in the game as long as it's within your player's abilities. Like if he's a scorer, he should be able to have Deadeye, or if he's an athletic player, or if like an athletic small forward, he should be able to have like Posterizer or something. It has to match your player's qualities. If he's a scorer, he should have Deadeye, or a shooting one, or if he's a defensive player, he should have Pickpocket or Eraser or something. But leave your comments down below on that, and leave your comments down below on everything. I really do appreciate you guys sitting through this long video. Please leave a comment and leave your honest opinions on everything I just said. If I missed anything at all that comes to your mind, please leave it in the comments. I promise I will get back to you, and I will address it. But until next time, my name is Sim with Vengeance, and I am the mayor of Jam City, and I'm out of here. Peace.